A Custer Park, Illinois woman faces several charges after she's accused of being involved with a fatal hit and run that happened in early December. 42-year-old Kristen Kisich is charged with failure to report and leaving the scene of a motor vehicle accident involving death back on December 4th. Lee County deputies say 40-year-old Patrick Yoakum was walking near the intersection of Sterling and Walton Roads around 9:30 that night when he was allegedly hit by Kisich's car. Yoakum was transported to a nearby hospital where he died from his injuries. Deputies took evidence from the scene about the car, and on December 5th, Kisich called deputies and said she may have been part of the incident.